That's lovely to meet you. So nice to meet you.
Left side here.
इधर खालो
Thank you.
वो तो यार यहाँ पर क्या
I think all the main events, all the amazing people who have been involved with the IMC so far in the last 50 years, it's an amazing amount of work that has been done. So many wonderful ladies who I personally really respect their work and what they've done for women empowerment, for the country, for rural development. It's really admirable work, and it's not easy work. This is the kind of platform and space which, according to me, really goes unnoticed. These are like the unsung heroes who don't get the praise and the acknowledgement. So whenever there is an event like this, for me, I really find it really gratifying to be called and to be able to bring a little bit of attention to these women who work so hard, tirelessly for so many years. No, see, I think it's not randomly about women empowerment. I think right now, because so much has been spoken about this in so many different fields, we're kind of throwing that phrase around very, in every space. But the IMC's work that they've done is very specific to so many developments and so many different aspects all across the board. It's about growth, it's about giving women opportunities, it's about giving women platforms for the kind of businesses they want to do, it's about giving women opportunities. It's not just about one specific tag that we are using, women empowerment. It's a huge body of work which the IMC have been doing, and they've been doing it for so long, before this term probably ever was in vogue, women empowerment. And that's why for me there's so many women here who I personally can really appreciate the work they've been doing. My mom also, to a certain extent, even though she works more with children, she also has been involved in this kind of work in the more rural communities and helping. In my mom's case, it's more about creating awareness for health and women who who are during the phase of having a baby and all that kind of support. So it's something really interesting for me to be here today, and I always enjoy getting to talk to them and learning more about their work. Very excited, but today is about the IMC, so today we'll keep it about the IMC.
You will be launching a message for women who are Can you share one message for the women of today? For the women in India, there's one message I would like to share. Because we have
I think,
a lot of women.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and then a lot of women look up to you. So
We have so many amazing heroes, and when I say heroes, I use them in the female sense. Women who, to me, I personally admire, and every time or every place where there's always been a moment where I don't know what to do, or where I personally get lost, or I'm looking for support. That is the first thing that I think of, is the strong woman who I admire around me, and the examples of other women who themselves have been through tough times in life, or starting businesses from scratch, being fired from their jobs and not knowing how they're going to support their family. I mean, there's so many amazing stories around us of women who really are truly courageous. And if there's ever a moment in your life where you have an uncertainty, or you're not sure, oh, how am I going to get through this phase? I think that's the most important thing for me that I would say for any woman to do, is look around you. You will always find, whether they're known to you or not known to you, you will find stories, you will find examples of women who are constantly succeeding and succeeding with some very, very tough and challenging adversities put towards them.
thank you.
I think today, I don't want to take away any of the focus of IMC and the amazing work that's been done here today.
Thank you.
मैम चलो
Katrina मैम इधर ले मैडम जी या मैडम जी इधर
ma'am. We have to match the schedule of Honorable Prime Minister. So normally, whenever a Chief Minister has to speak, he speaks after all the speakers. So he may not think for himself. He can repeat what all the speakers have already spoken. But now is a problem that I am the first speaker. But I am really happy that IMC Ladies Wing is celebrating its 50th year. And I think this 50 years must have been quite a journey, because we have seen the entire society transforming in last 50 years. And so far as a country like India is concerned, I think it is time for ladies entrepreneurs to take over the economy of the country. And I think we have seen that this power of women in our country is not just increasing, but it's also showcasing that if the country has to grow, it has to acknowledge the power of our women. I think if you look at the global history of development, each country which realized the potential of women as human resource have developed. If you look at how Europe developed, how China, Korea, Japan, every single country, we could see that in all these countries, they recognized that 50% of their population is not mere a population, but it's also a human resource. And when they started using that human resource, the speed of the economy accelerated, the speed of development accelerated, and we could see that those countries developed in a very short span. In India, of late, we have understood it, that the 50% of our population is also productive human resource, which if employed properly, engaged properly, if leveraged properly, if given proper platform, then the speed of our development will be accelerated. And I think institutions like IMC have been doing this for so many years. And now, in the changed scenario, their role into transformation is more increased, is more demanding. And I'm sure these powerful ladies out here are absolutely capable of handling these demands. I'm sure that 50th year is not just for celebration, but it's also a year of resolution where you'll resolve to attain new heights, to attain new domains, through which I think more and more women will be engaged, they may be inspired, and to take this country forward, I think that will be an immense contribution. All of us know that we are passing through a stage of demographic advantage, and 50% of our population is below 25 years of age. And this population is aspiring, it's aspirational. And I think this population, if properly utilized, we can actually leapfrog. Second advantage to India today is technology. I think technology is one tool which can actually make us leapfrog, and more usage of technology is actually giving us a very accelerated type of development. One advantage of technology is gender neutral, and also is neutral towards caste, religion, or any type of barrier. And I think all these barriers can be broken through technology. And the way Indians are innovating, I think few days back I attended few programs where I could see young innovators, some young boys and girls from the college, and the way they started innovating, I think there's a very good future to our generation, coming generation. And this innovation has power to disrupt. And I think only if we really want to leapfrog, the disruptions through technologies is a key. But at the same time, it's not just the innovation that will actually provide us a way towards development. It's also providing them a proper platform where these innovations can be converted into startups, where these innovations can be commercialized, can be marketed, and can be taken to the scale. And I think forums like IMC can guide all the young innovators to actually not just innovate, but also to take it to scale, to commercially market whatever innovations they have brought. And I think in coming years, if IMC could do this, many women entrepreneurs we will be felicitating on this dais. I would at this juncture like to congratulate all the powerful ladies we have congratulated, whether it is Rashmi Shukla, who is a ADG and Police Commissioner of Pune, or fashion designer, or Principal Azak ma'am. Everybody, I think all of them have proved that it's not just their capability, but they have proved that the women power can really transform the things, and they can really do it in a better way. So I would like to congratulate them. I would also like to congratulate Indian Merchant Chambers, Ladies Wing, and I think all of us are waiting for Honorable Prime Minister's address. So I won't speak much. I have already spoken much because I think I was given 5-7 minutes. But to a politician, if you give a microphone and you expect that he will finish in 5-10 minutes, it's a wishful thinking. But anyway, I think I've spoken a lot. So thank you, congratulations, and all the best. In a country like India, where 40% of children are born stunted, and you have a lot of malnourishment in the tribal areas, we have been actually having many programs, many schemes to actually support the severely malnourished children or moderately malnourished children. But I must admit, although the percentage has come down, relatively, if we look at the percentages in the entire country, in Maharashtra it's quite down. But still, when we look at the global standards, it's quite high. And even if a single child does not get nourishment or dies of hunger, I think it's we who are to be blamed. So what I've found is, it's not about the schemes, it's about changing the behavior. It's about more and more participation. It's about more and more efficiency and transparency, with which these schemes should be implemented. So recently, we have started a very good program with the corporate sector. And in 1,000 villages, we are collaborating with the corporate sector. We are actually basically working on making these 1,000 villages come to the best indicators. So whether it is the indicator regarding IMR, MMR, all the things, or malnourishment, we want them to be the best in the country with the best indicators. And I think this program, why it is unique, because once you partner with the corporate sector, you get the efficiency of corporate sector, you get the flexibility of corporate sector, you get the technology from the corporate sector. And at the same time, the government has an inherent advantage that it has a big machinery. So if that machinery matches with the efficiency, technology, and transparency of the private sector, then things can transform rapidly. So I think we have started it, and mostly these 1,000 villages which we have selected are the tribal villages, are the villages which are mostly infamous for malnourishment. One more thing I would like to tell you that Harisal, which has been the infamous capital or epicenter of malnourishment in Amravati district in Melghat, this all malnourishment thing came out from Harisal. So when I met Mr. Satya Nadella at Microsoft, I told him that can we leverage the technology to transform, because connectivity is the biggest problem. And they used the white space, the space which is remaining in the spectrum of television. And using that, the Microsoft powered around a cluster of 28 villages in Harisal. And these were villages where there was no mobile telephony, no landline, only 6 hours of electricity. Now we have reached 24 hours. Once they were connected, through this connectivity, we ensured that they have a primary health center which is digitally connected to a secondary or tertiary unit. They have a school which is digital. They have Anganwadi which is digital. And with all this digital connectivity, not just the parameters changed, but also today is a scenario when all the tribal artisans are selling their artifacts on websites like Amazon, and the GDP has gone up, and now the malnourishment has gone down. So I think with the use of connectivity, we can actually fight this menace, and I'm sure in next 2 years, you will see a major transformation into this.
And the others on stage you will recognize are Radhika Nath, Nayantara Jain, Kalpana Singhania, Bharti Gandhi, Minal Bajaj, Sheila Kripalani, Neeta Patel, and Sudha Shah, Niru Nanda, and Amrita Haribhakti, who have been involved in the production of this book, to please join us on stage.
Thank you to the IMC for inviting me to be here today on this wonderful occasion to celebrate the launch of this book. The only thing I would say is so much has been spoken already this afternoon about the amazing work that the IMC and everyone involved has done. So I won't elaborate any more on that. But just to say, there has been moments where in my own life, times have gotten a bit tough. And it is honestly a lot of the women in this room who I have looked up to for inspiration and as my role model. The kind of obstacles, the kind of opposition, the kind of hurdles that they have faced in their own work and in the work which you've been hearing about today and the work that they have done. I mean, that is true difficulty. That is true opposition. And every time I feel, or if there's ever a time in my life that I have felt down or not sure how to go forward, I have always looked up to the women in this room and the women who we really see doing amazing work for this country, for the people of this country, for rural development, and I see the kind of passion and the grit and determination with which they work, and for me that is my inspiration. So I would just like to say it's a great honor to be here amongst these women today and congratulate them for the amazing work that they do. Thank you very much.